Greetings everybody listening, this is Dragon Strike from the Project Phoenix development team. I come to you with an exciting announcement. We are shifting our focus back to our roots, the Rc15 project. Well, not quite, but still very close. Allow me to elaborate. We are bringing back a way to play an older Robocraft release, but instead of focusing on the Rise of the Workers update, we decided to jump a little forward and are now shifting focus to Robocraft from 2015, Respawned and Overclocked update to be precise. For those of you who do not remember what that update brought to the game, here's a short list of major changes. It added respawning, overclocking mechanic, plutonium reactor, fusion towers, fusion shields, and basically a lot of battle arena. Some quality of life changes to the heads-up display, voiceover engine improvements, changes to how scoring works, big global illumination for better performance, and lastly, but most importantly, cube stats from the cloud, which will be very helpful. So, why this update and not something else? Well, turns out it's even easier to work with than Rise of the Walkers. And we do remember some of you asking for Battle Arena as well, so here we are. When can you play this? No specific date yet. We are still working on some core parts of the internal system, so keep your eyes peeled on our announcement channel on Discord to stay up to speed. Link in the description. As for features that will be available in Major Release 1, that's how we are going to call it, we plan on starting small and then improving over the next few patches. Tiers that will be available to play on release will be 1st, 2nd and 3rd. We also start with Team Elimination alone for starters, and we'll release Battle Arena later down the line when we have figured out how to make that part work. As to how you can play Rc15, the process will be much simpler than with Rc14. You will have to download a patcher from our website or Discord, log in with your Steam account, and watch the program do the work for you. Peace Dealer can elaborate on how the software works.
Where a patcher will download a legitimate version of the game via a Steam database. And then we have a binary patch, as we call them, binary patch files, which will go in and analyze the game files and essentially edit them until they match the requirements that we have in order to bring this stuff back online. Some games, such as World of Warcraft, they put the server connection strings into a virtually a text file just somewhere in the game settings files. But obviously some people like Robocraft, they didn't do this, so we kind of had to make a way around that. So we have this binary patch, which is the binary patch file is a file that contains the index location and the required byte at that index location, and with that we can then go in and change the game files essentially. Well, that's the thing, because we're not changing the game files, the users are. So that kind of helps with that legal headroom of distributing their games, since we're not distributing anything. It's all coming through legal sources.
Thank you, Peace Dealer. Now, back to the show. As for how did we get here? It's a bit of a story. You see, we never abandoned the Rc14 project. We have been working on it in the background. Some more than others, while some didn't do anything at all. Project Phoenix is still a work in progress, but it takes forever to make a game from scratch, especially when half of your team is high school or college students and the rest have full-time jobs. But that doesn't deter us from continuing to work on it. It's just really, really slow. In addition to that, most of our recent work is happening in the back end of the game, so there aren't really many changes that we can show you, other than pretty models and effects made by the one and only Cobalt Tank. Why are we going back to working on bringing back Robocraft? You know how it started. You were here watching us work, finding out new ways to exploit or play the game until we got shut down. Now, before we continue, I want to give a massive shout out to FreeJump for making Robocraft in the first place, because without them, we wouldn't be here. Neither I nor anybody is allowed to give FG flag for that. So if I hear or see any one of you people going to FreeJump and talking shit about how we can do what they could not, I swear I will. Anyway, where were we? Ah, yes. Give FreeJump no flag, thank them for Robocraft, check out what they are up to now, and fully support them, alright? Good. Now back to the short history lesson of Rc15 project. We didn't give up and throw what we had already, no. We didn't move on like we didn't move on from RC to this day. The project continued to be worked on behind the scenes, and we had some more parts of the game slowly but surely working with us. But, well, turns out Robocraft also has an instance where Easy Anti-Cheat was easily bypassed in 2015. And that version was easier to work with thanks to changes mentioned in the first part of the video. So Gavin, Peace Dealer and a few others got working on making that version playable again. And with some time and effort, smacking heads against the keyboard, annihilating a monitor, crushing the game many times, and drinking a lot of water in the meanwhile, stay hydrated, they mostly succeeded in their efforts. Mostly. We are now bringing it to public, but we need to make some final changes and unifications for it to be on acceptable level. Oh, of course, we can be wrong here. Keep in mind, development is an endless loop of bugs to squish. And yeah, that would be the end. Welcome to Rc15. It's April 2015 once again, and we are trying out this new game with the boys that we saw on our Steam recommended section. Wanna hop in and play with us? Could be a lot of fun.